Hello, my brothers and sisters on the Dragon's Path. My name is Tim Heijen, and I am a Dragon Witch. Almost been 20 years on the Dragon's Path, and always been very proud to be on the Dragon's Path. The things that happened to me in these 19 years, it's amazing, it's unbelievable. It's too much, actually. Too much that happened, too much to ignore. And I established something actually that I call the Dragon's Path, a path that I'm taking because the dragon is leading me there. The dragon that has touched my spirit, my soul, and said who I actually was. Of course, in the beginning, I didn't immediately accept that, but it was such an amazing journey. Of course, not a journey that other people can talk about as well, because it's not a religion, not at all. It's nothing like a religion. Wicca is a religion. Draconic Wicca is not. We are an individual path that we take solitary. With solitary, I mean that we do this with the dragons by our side. But I established some rules on my dragon's path. Of course, I cannot say this to everyone that the rules has to be the same, but I have some tenets that I have to obey on the dragon's path. Not something that is written down, but something that I very much am convinced that this is something that the dragon said to me. The first tenet that I have to follow, for example, is always be yourself. Don't look to another, don't be like another. Never be like another, never copy them, because what you are is unique. Whatever you do for your dragon is the key actually to open up the dragon's gate. So whatever you are doing is unique and something that your dragon desires from you. Only to be yourself, never to be someone else. Even though some other people might be more successful, more money, more wealth, more fame, more whatever. But what you have is a dragon by your side that always wants to be with you because you are you. Only you, nothing else, no one else has to come in between you and your dragon. So don't forget about it. The first tenet, that's the first actually rule: always be yourself, never act like someone else. There are other people enough, but there is only one of you, and that is what your dragon desires from you. You. And whatever you do with your rituals, and whatever every movement that you do, every thought that you have, is something that your dragon wants from you, and nothing else. So don't ever force yourself. That is another thing. Don't force yourself to be someone else. Never do that. The second tenet that I have to follow is that I will not harm or hurt any innocent being. Not at all. I mean, that is not something that I can say for every one of us, but I have become very much an empath in this dragon's path. And of course, people see dragons as wild and untamed animals, but in fact, what dragons are empaths. They can actually very much live in another one's eye. They can very much be in someone else's body. They can know what another individual, an animal or something like this, have. So that is also what you have. That is also your ability, your power, your draconic ability is actually to have this empathy for others. So you will not harm or kill anything, unless, of course, your life is in danger, but that is self-defense. But in fact, the second tenet is always respect life, always respect others, and especially if they are innocent. So you sometimes even have to know that it's actually better to protect them than to hurt them. So there. The third one is the third tenet that I have to follow is what was it again? The third, it was to, of course. How can I explain this? This is for people, for example, people they create laws. They create established laws that we have to follow as human beings. For example, no stealing, no. Actually, I'm someone who goes against the law all the time, all the time. For example, I'm a hunt saboteur, and I'm very well known here because of what I do. And that is against the law, because whatever I do is actually to protect the animals, and I did that. I did many protection in this forest, but in order to do so, I have to break the law. So it means that human law doesn't just justify actually your heart, whatever you feel. So in fact, the third tenet is to always follow your own heart over human laws, over human creations and whatever. So humanity says you cannot do this, and you said I can do this. So whatever your heart said, your dragon's heart is always much more worth than a human law. Everything is much more worth than a human law, whatever you do on the dragon's path. And the fifth tenet is actually something like, don't see this as religion. Don't see this as religion. In 1994, a book came out that is being called Dancing with Dragons by DJ Conway. I'm very grateful that DJ Conway spoke about this, because she was home in many places, and she talked for the first time about a draconic kind of spiritual path. But in fact, I read the book, but as a draconic Wiccan for 19 years, I can say there are a lot of mistakes in there. Oh my god, there's so many mistakes. Things actually to push the dragon away from you. One of them really is bad, and that is another tenet. That is to boss around the dragon, to command the dragon. You can no, never do that. Never ever do that. And so I come with another tenet. See the dragon as an equal. See the dragon as one with you, one not underneath you, nothing like it. That is typically human. So see the dragon as an equal to you and to your to who you are, because the dragon is with you for a reason, because you are belonging into their dragon circle. Another tenet that I have to, of course, nature. That is, see nature as everything. See nature as a creator. See nature as the body of the dragon. Whenever, for example, someone cuts trees down, for example, that is a crime. That shouldn't be. Cutting trees and destroying forests, and of course terrorizing animals in the forest, that is a crime. That is see nature as a true goddess. That is another tenet that I have to follow. See nature as a true goddess. That is the reason why I'm always in the forest. Here I can feel the dragon so much better, and for a reason, because these trees are basically like electricity that gives us the connection for each other, and that is actually very beautiful. See nature as something beautiful, the most beautiful. In fact, nature, the forests, the seas, the mountains, that is in fact the dragon's body that we have to respect. And of course, see the dragon as, of course, the children of it. See every life as a children of it. Another tenet that I still have to follow. Oh, goddess, I seem to forgot it. I think I had 7, but it was 6. But yeah, of course, it's always common sense to follow all of these tenets for the dragon's path, because there are some things that we need to do. Some things, of course, got it. And that is always for when you are together with other people on the dragon's path. So never see this as a religion, and never say to them what they need to do. So I'm never going to say this what you need to do. I'm never going to boss you around. No one should do that, because no one can actually do that with a dragon's soul. Never boss the dragon around, never boss you around. And that is the reason why I'm saying this to you. Humanity can be distracting from you, but you should actually know no one should actually boss you around. No one. And that is something that I also need to follow. When someone says, you cannot do that, oh, do that finger away from me. I can do whatever I want. And that is what I want to say. The 17th is to feel free. You are free in this world. Free to do whatever you want, whatever your heart is desire. And that is what the dragon also did. You know, when the dragon just sits in the forest minding its own business, humans come and try to kill the dragon. You don't like that, and that you shouldn't accept something like that. They shouldn't never actually say to you, whatever you should do, or just for being different. Sometimes people say that the weirdest things to us for being just who we really are. And these are the 7 tenets that I simply have to follow. And those are not the rules that I need to follow. I need to force myself. No, these things come naturally. These things, for example, I became a vegan because of this, became an animal rights activist, became a hunt saboteur, and going against the law, going against the established laws from humans, because I'm much more closer to the dragon than to humans. And you should be as well, my brothers and sisters. So, my brothers and sisters, be blessed.